Good evening, everybody, and welcome to our alternative coverage of the women's friendly between England and Japan. I'm your alternative commentator, Nicholas Jones, and you are listening to the Commentary Hub. And the game is taking place at the Pinata Arena in Murcia, Spain, as will England's second friendly against Norway, which will be on Tuesday. The Pinata Arena has been used as Pinata Arena has hosted some of our own professional clubs for friendlies, including Newcastle United, Ipswich Town, and Bradford City have also been there as well. Before we go any further, it's time now to go through the starting lineups for both England and Japan. And we start with England. In goal is number 1, Mary Earps. Number 2, Rachel Daly. Number 3, Niamh Charles. Number 4, Keira Walsh. Number 5, the captain, Millie Bright. Number 6, Esme Morgan. Number 7, Beth Mead. Number 8, Georgia Stanway. Number 9, Alessia Russo. Number 10, Ella Toone. Number 11, Chloe Kelly. Should I say number 11, Chloe Kelly? Moving on to Japan. In goal, number 1, Ayaka Yamashita. Number 4, Saki Kumargi. Number 2, Risa Shimizu. Number 3, Moeka Minami. Number 5, Shiromi Yake. Number 13, Jun Endo. Number 15, Hina Sagita. Number 6, Fuko Nagano. Number 7, Hinata Miyazawa. Number 10, Mina Iwabuchi. And number 14, Yui Hasegawa. On the substitutes bench for England are the reserve goalkeepers. Number 13, Ellie Roebuck, and number 21, Sandy McIver. Number 12, Lauren James. Number 14, Katie Zeeland. Number 15, Lottie Woodman-Moy. Number 16, Maya Letitia. Number 17, Nikita Paris. Number 18, Jess Park. Number 19, Ebony Salmon. Number 20, Casey Robinson. And number 22, Gabby George. The substitutes for Japan are the two goalkeepers. Number 18, Momoko Tanaka. Number 21, Shuoba. Number 8, Hiraku Naomoto. Number 11, Mina Tanaka. Number 12, Ruka Nurimatsu. Number 22, Kiko Saike. Number 16, Honoko Hayashi. And number 20, Nanami Kitamura. And number 23, Aoba Fujino. Will confirm their exact numbers. We'll confirm their exact numbers a little later on. Anyway, Japan, not to be underestimated. Some people have been saying that their style is similar to Spain, and they have an impressive record themselves. Unbeaten in the last 13. They have won 9, drawn 4 since a 2-1 defeat to Iceland in a friendly last year. And 4 Women's Super League players have been included in the squad. None more so than one of their forwards, Mina Iwabuchi, who plays regularly for Arsenal. Also included in the squad is Manchester City's Yui Hasegawa. So the players should be ready to exit the tunnel in a moment or two. We'll let you know shortly when they will be coming out. And as this is Remembrance Day, there will likely be a playing of the last post and the 2-minute silence in memory of all who have served in the armed forces. There have been, but meantime for England, there have been several changes. A lot of key players are missing. Lauren Hemp and Jordan Nobbs are out injured. Kirby is also absent on medical grounds. And Lucy Bronze was initially meant to play for the team, but she has tested positive for COVID-19. And Alex Greenwood has sustained a minor injury after her recent Manchester City match, so will not start. Both could make the second game against Norway. And Sarina Wiegman has made a bold choice to go for youth, mainly featured in the squad list, including Katie Robinson and Maya Letitia, both yet to make their debut. But Esme Morgan makes her first competitive start up front. So she could be one to watch out for. But experience is also featured in as well, with the likes of Beth Mead, Georgia Stanway, Chloe Kelly, and Alessia Russo. Also watch out for the experienced Rachel Daly as well. Because some of these players do play against each other in both England and abroad at club level, it is just as well that they're saying that Japan is not to be underestimated. We should be getting ready for the players to come out. We should be ready for the players to come out momentarily. So do please bear with us. Everyone's likely going through a couple of last-minute checks just to make sure that everything's ready. And our referee tonight is Zuzana Valentova. And as I speak, the players and the match officials are gathering around. Have gathered around at the foot of the tunnel, and they will be getting ready to come out. England, from what I can ascertain, are wearing their orangey red second kit. Japan will likely be playing all in blue. So quite a turnout. At such a small ground. From what I can tell, there's a mixture of both both English and Japanese supporters. Keep in mind that this is a neutral ground. Keep in mind that this is a neutral ground. They're not playing. They're not playing at a ground at a home ground. Just making sure that everyone's set. And the Japanese players will be are likely to be the first to come out onto the pitch, including the substitutions. I think the substitutions will be looking to take their place on the touch line, and out come the. So I think it'll be the substitutions that will be leading off for first. Japan making their way out of the tunnel as I speak. England currently staying put. We're now waiting, and it looks like the actual Japanese team has gathered round, and there go the substitutions to take their places, I should say, on the bench. And it looks to be a very clear night at the Pinatar Arena. No sign of rain. No sign of rain as to what we've been having these past few days and weeks. The players have now left the tunnel and will be walking out onto the pitch now, which they do. And referee Valentova takes the ball and is ready to place it into the center of the pitch. A round of applause for both England and Japan as both teams make their way onto the center of the pitch, and I can just about see that. So I think the majority are England. England supporters. Congratulations must go to the Japanese supporters who have travelled all this way just to see their country in action, and England take their places in the centre of the pitch. Japan making their way towards there. We can now both are now gathering around the centre of the pitch, and we will pause for the national anthem, and we're going to pause for the national anthems, and it remains to be seen who will sing first. It will likely be Japan. So we will now pause for the national anthem, starting with Japan. Both national anthems sung by players and management. Kickoff should be a couple of minutes away now, I apologise for thinking that the last post would be played straight away. It doesn't look like it will be, given that we're at a neutral ground in Spain. So another player that could feature very strongly for England is young Niamh Charles. She's proved herself at club level for Chelsea, has only made 2 appearances internationally. So she could be given. So her inclusion could give her more of a chance to prove herself. Has only made 2 appearances, most likely as a substitute. Keira Walsh and Georgia Stanway could also increase their reputations. Coincidentally, Georgia Stanway will know Saki Kumagi as they play in the same team, Bayern Munich, in the Frauen Bundesliga. Also worth considering. Chloe Kelly, she could be adding. She could look to add more goals after her game-winning goal in the Euro 2022 final against Germany. The players and the fans are getting themselves. The fans are now getting themselves ready for kickoff. We can almost get ready. And actually, there will be a military presentation before. So now we pause for the silence and the representatives, I should say, from the Army, the Air Force, and the Royal Navy will be laying poppy wreaths onto the field, and they are proceeding. And we can pause, and we now pause for the silence. A touching tribute with the sounding of the last post and also the laying of the memorial wreaths, including and also the silent and also the minute silence as fans and players and management remember those who have fought and died in throughout the services of the armed forces. Both sets of players now looking to get into whatever last-minute tactics that they're going to use. And Japan is managed by Futoshi Ikeda, who has been with the Japanese side since 2021. Yamashita making her way towards goal. England are breaking off to get into their positions, and I'd definitely say the Japanese players to look out for, mainly because they play in the WSL, are Iwabuchi and Hasegawa. So it'll be England who will be the first to kick the game off, and it looks to me as though it will be Ella Toon who will kick off proceedings. The referee Valentova's just making sure that everything is okay, and away we go for the start of the game. And in fact, the game was started too late, so the players took the knee before kickoff. So a bit of delay to proceedings. And Ella Toon is ready, and the game kicks off, and away we go for this women international friendly between England and Japan. And it looks to me as though Japan have control of the ball. Now it's back with England. I think it's gone to, and I think the ball was with Chloe Kelly momentarily, but she's lost it to Endo of Japan, and the ball has gone out of the ball's out of play, and I think it's going to be a throw in early on. It was actually Beth Mead who had the ball last, and anyway, England are back in play. Millie Bright towards Rachel Daly. Daly now passing to, I think that was Stanway. Yes, indeed it was. Now back towards Kira Walsh. Bright. Now it's with Esme Morgan. Esme Morgan now passing to Mary Ertz. Mary Ertz. She has been a vital cog in the machine for England's 24-match unbeaten run. And once again, the ball is still with the Lionesses. It's difficult to say who will win the game. The strong money, I would say, would have to be with England, but like I said earlier, Japan are not to be underestimated. Daly with the ball for England. She's passing now towards, I think that was Walsh. Now I think it's with Esme Morgan. Now the ball has found, I think that was Walsh again, but Chloe Kelly now trying to tackle the ball, and an ambitious effort by Miyate of Japan, but England have still got the ball. It's with Russo now straight to, I think, Ella Toon, saved early on by Yamashita. That was a marvelous attempt on goal by Toon, but Yamashita was very quick on the draw to save, and the ball is now found Endo of Japan. She's managed to cross it to Iwabuchi. Japan still holding onto the ball. It's back with Endo, I think. Now I think it's gone to Minami, but the ball has now been passed back to Yamashita. Yamashita passing the ball quickly to one of the defenders, although Russo is not far behind them. Now it's with Miyate, and the ball it's straight over the line. Japan showing really strong defense skills. That was the attempt on goal by Alatoon just now, and Yamashita very quick to react to that one. England now back in possession. It's Bright to Morgan. Morgan now passing to Walsh. Lovely cross towards Beth Mead, but halted by Nagano. Now it's back. Now it's back with Bright, who's trying to pass to Walsh, but Iwabuchi trying to take it off, but nothing doing. England still managing to hold on, and a slight tackle by Iwabuchi. Yet play still resumes, and the ball is now still with England. Esme Morgan now trying to cross to Mead. Mead now with the ball for England. Mead needs to pass to Chloe Callion quickly, but cut out very well by Miyate. Or is it Miyake? Now it's with Iwabuchi. Iwabuchi passing back to Miyake, but England still trying to get to it. But Japan doing really well to hold on at the moment. Now it's with Shimizu, but not for long. As it's an England throw-in, and after 4 minutes, the score still remains England 0, Japan 0. Nagano to Endo. Endo. In fact, the ball was crossed to Endo, and Endo trying to cross to Iwabuchi or somebody, but it was cleared away, and now it's back with Japan. England have actually managed to attack to retake the ball towards, I think that was Kira Walsh. Walsh now passing to Esme Morgan. She's been in the thick of it right from the word go, and she's now found Kira Walsh. Walsh now with the ball for England, or is it Niamh Charles? It's Niamh Charles, and it's now passed to Georgia Stanway. Stanway now trying to find Chloe Kelly. She's done that, but tackled very well by Japan. It's now with Esme Morgan. Morgan passing to Morgan passing to Walsh. Now back towards Morgan. She passes to the captain, Millie Bright. And England, I would say, have the most possession at the moment. Although Japan have had their equal share as well. Niamh Charles back towards Bright. Now it's with Morgan. Morgan with the ball for Japan. You can also hear us on the Commentary Hub 2, Storm FM, JV Sports, and we're also live on our Twitch channel. Walsh back towards Bright, headed up into the air by Iwabuchi, and now it's been found by Hasegawa. Hasegawa to Nagano. Nagano now passing. Nagano, that was passing to Minami, but Japan still have the ball with Sagita, but England were quick to tackle. Now it's back with Alessia Russo, I think it was, or no, it was Millie Bright. Japan now getting closer towards goal. Iwabuchi still managing to hold on to the ball, was aiming for Sagita, but well tackled by England. It's now Chloe Kelly. She's under pressure from Miyake, but that was a bit of a clumsy tackle by Miyake. Nothing card-worthy in my view. Play still goes on. Walsh to Stanway. Now back towards Walsh. Hasegawa is right behind her, but Walsh does well to pass to Morgan. Now it's with Daly. Back to Morgan, who finds Charles, but almost loses it to Shimizu. Now it's with Alatoon. England still managing to hold on to, still managing to dominate the game in terms of possession. Alessia Russo now has the ball, but she loses it to Japan, and it was a foul on Russo by Kumagi, the Japanese captain. Ikeda looking on intently on the touchline. Now it's Chloe Kelly for England. Tries to go around Shimizu, and it was crossed to Georgia Stanway, who's passed to Esme Morgan. Esme Morgan was aiming for Ella Toon, but cut out well by Japan. Although England are still looking for that first goal of the game. Morgan to, I think that's Kira Walsh. Walsh is trying to look for Chloe Kelly. No, it was almost tackled by Alessia Russo, but well held by Jun Endo. And the referee has blown a whistle for something. I couldn't see what. And I'm getting a feeling that that Mead was offside. I think she may have been, which is why play had to be called to a halt. And it'll be and it's a goal kick early on to Japan. Ball cleared out of goal by Ayaka Yamashita, but she loses it to her England counterpart Mary Earps. Earps passing to Morgan. Morgan has passed down the wing to Niamh Charles. Charles passes back to Morgan. Morgan to Charles, although Hasegawa was closing her down. I think the ball was cleared out of danger by Shimizu. Charles throws to Morgan, although almost tackled by Iwabuchi. Morgan did really well to keep her composure. Earps passing back towards Morgan. Morgan now passing back to Earps. Earps now finds Millie Bright. You'd have thought by now that England would be at least a goal ahead, but Japan it seems are made of really strong stuff. Tackled by Sagita, and Sagita passing to Endo. She's aiming for Iwabuchi, but headed away by Esme Morgan, and it's only just stays in as it was picked up by Mary Earps. 9.5 minutes gone. England 0, Japan 0 is the latest score. And the ball is now with Niamh Charles. Charles passing the ball now to, I think that's Morgan. Now Millie Bright, back to Mary Earps. Now it's Bright again. She passes to Kira Walsh, although Japan still want that ball. It's now with Ella Toon. Toon passing to Niamh Charles. Charles, a long-range pass to Chloe Kelly. And Kelly trying to set up Mead or Russo. Now it's Ella Toon. But the ball just goes that fraction of a bit too wide. And Ella Toon, what does she have to do to score against Japan? It'll be interesting to see. It'll be interesting to see this again, so I can ascertain what really happened. But no, I'm not guessing anything as of yet. Japan were able to deal with that goal kick, but it's only given away a throw in to England. England with the ball once again. It's now with Esme Morgan. Morgan to I think that's Niamh Charles. Now she's found Beth Mead. Now back towards Charles. Charles to Toon, almost with Chloe Kelly, but it was clipped back towards Ella Toon. Toon passing once again to Chloe Kelly, although she has to be careful that Shimizu doesn't get the ball off her. It's now back with Walsh, and that was a poorly timed pass. Ella Toon just didn't get to the ball in time. And will that be a goal kick to Japan? Indeed, it will be. And England now take back control of the game. It's with Georgia Stanway to Russo. Now back with Toon. Can Chloe Kelly get to it? No, she can't. That was very well defended by Risa Shimizu. And it looks to me as though England could be getting ever closer to scoring. And it's a throw in again to England. Throw into, I think that's Beth Mead. Now it's back with Niamh Charles. Charles to Walsh, I think that was, but tackled from behind by Japan. And that just goes to show that England are indeed getting closer to scoring here at the Pinata Arena. It's now the ball is now with Millie Bright, the captain, deputising for Leah Williamson this evening, and the ball has now been passed around to Niamh Charles. Charles passing to, I think that was Keira Walsh. Now it's back with Esme Morgan. Morgan trying to cross to Georgia Stanway, but well intercepted by Japan. It's Iwabuchi now with the ball. She crosses to Shimizu. Shimizu now passing to I think that was Miyake. Miyake tries to cross but loses the ball. But the ball is given away to England. It's now with Bright. Bright's passing to Morgan. Morgan has found, I think that was Stanway. Yes, indeed it was Stanway. Stanway trying to pass to Mead. Mead needs to go around Sagita, but she only passes to Keira Walsh. Now it's back with Mead. Mead was almost looking for Charles, but Iwabuchi did really well to take the ball when she needed to. Japan still in possession. Nagano now crossing down the wing to Shimizu. Shimizu now passes to Hasegawa. Now back to Shimizu. Shimizu now passing to Miyake. Miyake now trying to cross to Iwabuchi, but well defended by England. Bright to Morgan. Now it's with Stanway. Back towards Bright. Daly now to, I think that was Keira Walsh. Now it's back again with Daly. Niamh Charles now for England. She passes to Mary Earps. That was actually Esme Morgan. Esme Morgan plays in the United States, as does the other substitutes, Ebony Salmon. Morgan back towards Earps. Earps now clearing the ball out of goal. She finds Georgia Stanway, although Stanway is under pressure from Nagano. She passes to Walsh, almost the meat in the Japanese sandwich. Now it's with Hasegawa. Hasegawa for Japan, and she passes to Sagita. Sagita now found Minami, but she manages to pass to Endo. Now it's again with Nagano. Nagano almost tackled from behind by England, but Japan still managing to hold on to the ball. I think that was Endo who had the ball. Now it's back with Nagano. Nagano passing to Iwabuchi. Now it's back with Hasegawa. Hasegawa needs to get round the England defenders, and she manages to find Shimizu, but Shimizu dispossessed by Charles. And I can only think that will result in an England corner by the looks. That might result in a Japan corner. That was a really well timed tackle by Charles. Yet Shimizu did really well to keep herself on the ground, and it is a corner to Japan as we approach the 16th minute. It's Hasegawa to take the corner, which she does effectively. She passes to Iwabuchi. Now back to Hasegawa. Hasegawa crossing to, I think that might have been Minami, but the referee's blown the whistle for a foul, and Moeka Minami plays for Roma in Italy, and looking at it again on my monitor, I can ascertain what happened. I think that was a shove on the back. I think she elbowed Mead in the back, or did Mead elbow her? Anyway, it's given Japan another corner, and it will be Hasegawa to take the corner for Japan. Hasegawa kicks the ball into the goal area, almost cleared away by Earps, but given away to Sagita. and Sagita needs to pass to someone quickly, but that was a very she manages to find Nagano, but I think that was an assist by England. Now she's passed around to Miyazawa. Miyazawa back to Nagano, and I think Nagano got into a bit of a collision with Alessia Russo. I'm now just taking a look at that again, and yes, indeed, it was a foul on Alessia Russo. Nagano should have been booked for that, in my view. Morgan losing the ball again to Japan. I think that was Hasegawa with the ball. Now it's back with Iwabuchi, I think, and now it's found Sagita to Shimizu. Now it's back with Iwabuchi, and in fact Shimizu has the ball, but she was tackled by Charles, and now it's been dispossessed to a Hasegawa, almost headed towards Miyazawa, but England were able to stop that one, but they're not out of the woods yet. Miyazawa for Japan, and now she passes to Miyake. Miyake passing now to Iwabuchi, now back to Hasegawa, now back towards Ibuchi. Ibuchi now finds, I think that might have been Kumagi, the captain. Now it's back to Hasegawa. Hasegawa passes back to Shimizu. What can she do? She can only find Shirimi Miyake. Miyake now was looking to go up in front, but was tackled by I think that was Kira Walsh, and the referee isn't happy about it. Zuzana Valentova, and this is what, and that was why it was a shove in the back by Kira Walsh. I'm surprised she didn't get a yellow card for it, but it's given Japan a free kick. England have committed 2 fouls so far, Japan 3. So it'll be either Shun Endo or Yui Hasegawa to take the free kick. And in fact, it'll be Hasegawa, or will it? No, it's Endo. Endo passing to Iwabuchi, who tries to get to Kumagi. Now it's back with Hasegawa. Saved by Mary Earps. That's the closest Japan have got to scoring all game. And Hasegawa set up. And Hasegawa sat at the shot, and it was the shot by Hasegawa, but Earps was very quick off the draw. England now back in control of the game. It's Millie Bright trying to cross to, I think that was Beth Mead, but so Japan were quick to resist. Now the ball is with Niamh Charles. Niamh Charles passing the ball around to Esme Morgan. Now back to Charles. Charles to, I think that was Kira Walsh. Now Walsh again. Walsh back towards Charles. She's under pressure from Shimizu. Now it's back to Esme Morgan. Morgan now passing to Mary Earps in goal. Now it's back to Morgan, although she has to look out for Iwabuchi. Now it's Ella Toon, who's normally found in an attacking position, but England it seems are throwing up. But England it seems are throwing England are throwing everything at it in terms of defence. They're using everybody but the kitchen sink here, and it's now with Kira Walsh, who passes to Georgia Stanway. Now she's found, I think, Esme Morgan. Morgan crossing to Beth Mead. Mead passing back down to Walsh. Now it's with Walsh again. Now it's been passed down the wing to Niamh Charles. Chloe Kelly now with the ball for England. She crosses into the goal area towards Alessia Russo, who couldn't get to the ball in time. And that was a really poor setup by England in my view. And this was almost the goal for Yui Hasegawa. England are lucky that Mary Earps was able to save that one. So we're just coming up to 21 and a half minutes, I should say, and it's still England 0, Japan 0. As England now have control of the ball again. It's Stanway passing to, I think that was Esme Morgan. Now it's straight to Kira. Now it's back towards Keira Walsh. Walsh trying to look for Mead, but Japan very quick on the draw. Gives the ball away though to Niamh Charles. Now it's Ella Toone, and now it's with Walsh. Now back to Stanway, although given away to Hasegawa, and the ball is now with Fuko Nagano. Now it's the ball is still with Japan. They've been defending them. They've been defending their lines really, really well. This I would have to say is the toughest. This I would have to say is the toughest team England have had to come up against under Sarina Wiegman so far. Although Rachel Daly has managed to tackle the ball for England, she's passed now to Keira Walsh. Walsh now finds Millie Bright. She manages to cross to Daly. Now is aiming for Ella Toone, but taken really well by Iwabuchi. Now it's gone to, I think that was Miyake. Miyake now to Iwabuchi, or was it? No, it wasn't. It was Miyazawa. Miyazawa to Endo. Endo now with the ball for Japan. She passes to Miyazawa, but Endo manages to still hold on to the ball. Was aiming for Iwabuchi, but nothing doing, and it looks like it will be a Japan corner because I think an England player might have gotten the last touch of the ball. So the third corner for Japan. Japan need to make this third corner count if they are to score the goal. Hasegawa passing to, I think that was Iwabuchi. Now it's back to Hasegawa. Hasegawa crosses into the goal area and was almost picked up that time by, I think that was Hina Sagita. But the result doesn't go the way Japan wants. And will it be another corner for Japan? And I can just see a couple of England substitutes warming up, one of which is Lauren James. And play can now resume again. Chloe Kelly now with the ball for England. She passes to Niamh Charles. Now it's back with Toone. Straight now to Esme Morgan. Morgan now finds Millie Bright. Bright now passing up the wing, I should say, to Georgia Stanway. Now it's with Beth Mead. After 24 and a half minutes, it's still England 0, Japan 0. It's the ball is now with Ella Toone. Ella Toone passing to Chloe Kelly, but dispossessed by Japan. Now, but that doesn't last long. It's now back with Ella Toone. Ella Toone now passing to, I think that's Georgia Stanway. Stanway tries to hold on to the ball, but loses it to Japan. And that will be a throw-in to England. Strong Futoshi Ikeda using animated signals from the touchline to try and keep his players going. Now it's with Bright for England. She passes to Morgan. Now she's found, I think that was Beth Mead, but she was dispossessed by Japan, and the ball is now with Nagano. Nagano for Japan. She passes to, I think that might have been Nagano again. Now it's been given away this time to England and Chloe Kelly. Kelly almost inside the 18-yard box. She has the ball. She crosses to Alessia Russo, and it bounces off the post. Very, very close to open it. Very, very close to scoring, and surely it will be just a matter of time before either team can get themselves in front. Russo did everything right, but the ball just smacked off the post. And Russo understandably disappointed at missing, but she's got to get it. But she's got to pick herself up and dust herself down. And England have had something like 3 shots on goal. But nothing doing so far, and it's now with Bright for England. Bright's now passing. Bright has passed to Morgan. Now it's with Niamh Charles. Niamh Charles passing to Ella Toon. Now it's with Walsh, although she was tackled from behind by Japan. It was actually Sagita. Now it's with Millie Bright. Bright's trying to cross the ball forwards, but nothing doing. And it will be a Japan throw to be taken by Miyake. Miyake aims the ball. She throws to Hasegawa, almost tackled by Kelly. Now it's with Kelly again. Kelly passing it to Toon. Now back towards Charles. Charles almost caught off guard by Iwabuchi. Now she's found Esme Morgan. Morgan to Georgia Stanway. Now back towards I think that's Daly. Daly now passing up the wing to I think that might have been Bright. Now it's back towards Bright. Now it's Kira Walsh. Kira Walsh trying to cross forward, but well intercepted by Miyake. Miyake passing the ball around, although Kelly's quick to get the ball off. And now it's with Alessia Russo. Russo going for a long-range shot, it seems, but she should have been closer, in my view, and that would have resulted in the ball going in. Although I have to say she isn't entirely at fault. It was actually Chloe Kelly who tried to set the ball up, and that's her reaction to the earlier header. Like I say, disappointed, but she appears to have shaken it off and gotten back going again, which is good to see. Japan still have control of the ball. But England are determined to get it before they do. Daly passing to Earps, almost tackled by Iwabuchi, and it's still with England. Kira Walsh towards, I think that's Daly, but I can't see who has it right now. It's still with Mary Earps, and it's now back with Esme Morgan. Morgan needs to pass to someone in the forward position quickly. She tries to get to Niamh Charles, but the ball was headed away at the wrong moment. Throw into Japan. It's now with Miyake. Miyake trying to pass the ball around, but England have taken the ball back, and it's now with Kira Walsh. Walsh trying to pass to, I think that was Stanway, but he just bounced off her. It's now with Ella Toon. Ella Toon passing it to Millie Bright. Bright passes down the wing to Esme Morgan. Morgan tries to find Beth Mead. She does so, but she loses the ball to Sagita. Now it's with Iwabuchi. Iwabuchi passing the ball around for Japan, and the ball is now currently with Nagano. Nagano to Shimizu. Risa Shimizu passes to, I think that's I think that was Miyake. Miyake now passing the ball around. It's now with Sagita. Sagita loses it to Ella Toon. Now she passes to Mead, and it just doesn't go in. That was shoddy defending by Japan, and that's allowed England to take advantage. But Japan can thank their lucky stars that the ball just missed the net. And did it actually come off the hand of Yamashita? It did. And this will, I'm sure, give England a corner. Their first of the game. It'll be Mead to take the corner for England. She does so. Kicks it into the 18-yard box. Picked up by Alessia Russo. Almost headed in. Now it's with Ella Toon. Cannons off. A Japanese defender. So, but in all fairness, Japan seem to have redeemed themselves after that poor momentary lapse of concentration. Other than that, they have been superb throughout this game so far. The ball is now with Hina Sagita. She now concedes the ball to England. It's now with Niamh Charles. Charles passing up to Bright. Now she passes to Morgan. Esme Morgan. Esme Morgan, like I said earlier, she's really been in the thick of it. And Bright passes to Mary Earps. Earps passing again to Bright. And Bright now finds, I think that was Russo. Now it's back with Beth Mead. Mead, I think has been called off for offside. I'm going to try and check again on my monitor, and yes, indeed, she was offside. It's not been her night so far. But she almost turned things around with that attempt on goal, except that Ayaka Yamashita reacted to that one really, really well. After almost 33 minutes, it's still England 0, Japan 0. And it's a throw-in to Japan to be taken by Shiori Miyake. Miyake now with the Miyake passing to Iwabuchi, but tackled by England. And it's now back with Miyake, although Valentova has blown a whistle for something, which I couldn't quite ascertain. It's a free kick to Japan. I think an England player must have fouled one of the Japanese players. But anyway, it's still Japan with the ball. It looks to me as though it is Iwabuchi. She passes the ball around, a cross in towards goal, or was that a long range? Attempt on goal by Hinata Miyazawa? It was Miyazawa who had the long range attempt on goal, but she should have been a bit closer to goal in my view, and that would have been the opening goal for Japan. England back in possession with the ball. England might have had control early on, but I'd say the Japanese are starting to catch up. It's now with Chloe Kelly. Kelly tries to pass to Toon, but loses the ball to Nagano, and Nagano, I think, got caught up in a foul with Ella Toon, and Nagano checking herself over to make sure she's all right, just to make sure that her sock isn't torn or anything. Free kick to Japan, and it will be Miyake to take the free kick. Miyake tries to kick the ball towards Iwabuchi, but England have intercepted. It's now with Kira Walsh. Walsh passing to Millie Bright. Now she's found. I think that's Daly. Daly to Kira Walsh. Walsh now back to I think that was Daly again. Now it's with Georgia Stanway. Georgia Stanway crossing up the wing to Beth Mead. Mead now passing back to Esme Morgan. I think that was. She was aiming for Ella Toon. Chloe Kelly to Niamh Charles. Now back towards Kelly. Walsh to Ella Toon, and almost clipped away by Kira Walsh. Now it's with Alessia Russo this time. Russo to Kelly, and a cross by Kelly was aiming for, I think that was a Georgia Stanway, but defended really well that time by Japan. And the ball is now with Yamashita. Yamashita passing to Sagita, but nothing doing so far. It's now back with England. Kira Walsh passing this time to Niamh Charles. The ball is now with Millie Bright, under pressure from Iwabuchi, but she does well to pass to Esme Morgan. Esme Morgan now for England. She wants to take them all on. She tries to find Russo. She tries to pass to Russo, but was cut out very well by Japan. It's now Millie Bright. Bright to Rachel Daly. She's now found Beth Mead. Mead now passing back to Daly. Daly crosses down the wing to Esme Morgan. We've less than 10 minutes until half time, and the ball is still with England. It's now Keira Walsh now passing to Daly. Daly has now found Beth Mead. Mead towards Ella Toone now. Ella Toone, can she find a way through? But she only passes to Neve Charles, and the ball is now with Chloe Kelly. Kelly crossing the ball towards, I think that might have been Alessia Russo, but Russo was brought down at the last moment. Now it's with Rachel Daly, and is it a goal? It is. Yes, England are in front. They've taken the lead. For a moment, I thought that the ball wasn't going in. It was difficult. It was difficult to see what happened. But Daly somehow manages to put the ball in, and that is her 10th at international level. We'll take a look again to see exactly what happened. Kelly did well to it across. It was initially aiming for Alessia Russo, but Daly just came in completely unmarked, and the ball just went straight for the centre of the net. And I apologise if I didn't. And I apologise if I didn't. If I didn't confirm the score sooner than I should have done. But that doesn't matter right now. England lead Japan by a goal to nil, and Japan needs to somehow find some way to get back into this, because as we know, once England starts, they're unstoppable. Kelly trying to cross to Alessia Russo. Could this be England's second goal in as many minutes? The answer is no, as Yamashita tries to pick up the ball, although Susanna Valentova has pointed out something she isn't happy about, but it's a goal kick to Japan taken by Yamashita, and it's this time a throw in to Japan. Japan take the throw, but England are still looking to get back. But England is still looking to regain control. It'll be a throw in to England again, to be taken by Charles, and Charles throws to Keira Walsh. Now the ball is with Esme Morgan. She passes to Millie Bright. Now it was passing to Daly. Now back towards Stanway. It's Bright once more. Bright crosses to Chloe Kelly. Kelly now with the ball for England, or was it? No, I think it was actually Mead. And but England still managing to keep control. England still managing to hold on to the ball. They're not giving Japan a chance. And the ball is now found Ella Toone. Straight now to Alessia Russo, was aiming for Kelly, but well blocked by Japan. England still trying to get themselves back into it. It was with Rachel Daly momentarily, but the ball was stopped by Ayaka Yamashita. So 5 minutes to go. Until half time. It's England 1, Japan 0. Although Hinata Miyazawa now has the ball for Japan. She's passed now to Hina Sagita. Sagita to Iwabuchi. Iwabuchi now with the ball for Japan. Tries to find Hasegawa, but intercepted by England. The ball is with Millie Bright. She passes around to I think that was Daly or Walsh. Now it's back with Bright again. It's passing around to Esme Morgan, I think it was. Yes, it is Esme Morgan. Morgan back towards Bryce. I thought it was going towards Earps. Now it's with Georgia Stanway. The ball has now been passed back to Millie Bright. Bright passing to Keira Walsh. Walsh has now found Ella Toone, and Ella Toone going for it, but she's been pulled up for offside. Ella Toone ruled offside. That was to me that was the right call. Clearly offside. She was miles ahead of the last defender, and that is England's third offside of the game. Japan have not racked up any offsides so far. That is just bad luck for England to not have had that many offside against them. Who knows how many goals they would be ahead by now had they not had those offsides ruled against them. It's now with Bright though. Bright passing to Rachel Daly. Daly now crossing up the field to, I think that was Mead. Now back towards Daly. Daly to Bright. Bright looks to find someone to cross forward to. I think she's looking for Beth Mead, although Mead has got into a bit of a tangle with Jun Endo, and that could well cost England, as Iwabuchi now has picked up the ball for Japan. Iwabuchi passing to I think that's Miyazawa. Miyazawa back now to Iwabuchi. Iwabuchi now finds Yui Hasegawa. Now back towards Iwabuchi. Iwabuchi is almost inside the 18-yard box, tries to find a way to make the game level, but England are just too strong for her at this present time. Although the referee has blown a whistle for a possible incident, I think somebody is going to get a yellow card for it. It was actually Millie Bright on Iwabuchi. Pulled her shirt a couple of times from what I can see. From what I could see, that was completely uncalled for in my view, and I wouldn't be surprised if she actually goes into the book. But that has given a free kick to Japan, and Japan will see this as a golden opportunity to level the score. And it looks like it will be Endo. That'll take the free kick. No, it won't. It will be Iwabuchi, but once again, well defended by England. They've somewhat redeemed themselves after their captain's misdemeanor. That has surely given away a corner to Japan with just under a minute left until half time. Hasegawa will take the corner again for Japan. So everybody now getting into their positions. Hasegawa raises her hands to signal she is ready. She kicks the ball in towards the goal area, but defended by England, almost headed away, I should say, by England. But now it is, and Japan just couldn't find a way through. It was actually the initial palm away by Ertz that halted an attempt by Japan on goal. And so the ball is under a bit of tackling going on, and there goes the whistle for half time. England have bit of a lackluster performance at times by England, but they did manage to get the goal in, although Japan have proved themselves to be a really tough opponent. Will things change? Will things change after half time? Who knows? And the score at the break is England 1, Japan 0. Talking of breaks, we're going to take a quick break, but we'll be right back just before the second half. Don't you go anywhere. Welcome back to the Commentary Hub's coverage of England's international friendly against Japan. We're just mere moments away from the start of the second half, and the halftime score. And the score after halftime is England 1, Japan 0. Japan have been so good. Both Japan and England have been brilliant in defence, but Japan have really surprised me with how well they defended. It was just unfortunate for them that Daly was unmarked when she scored the first goal of the game. So we're almost a couple of minutes away from the start of the second half. Everyone, it seems, just getting back out onto the pitch and doing all the last-minute warm-ups. England now in a huddle, talking over what they're going to use in their strategy for the second half. They've not yet broken away, just having a last word with each other. They now break away. Ertz having a bit of a light-hearted chat with Walsh and Stanway, and Mead also in discussion with Rachel Daly. It depends on what substitutions are going to be used for England. That was brilliantly well under the shot by Mead, and that was a poor giveaway by Ina Sabita, which is what set up the goal by Rachel Daly. Surely England will have to consider scoring more goals without them being conceded by opposing teams. It'll be Japan to kick us off for the second half. It seems like it will be Uruguay who will have the first kick off the ball. No half-time substitutions have been made. There's a chance that at least a couple from each team will come on during the second half. These are ready, and away we go for the second half of the international friendly between England and Japan. And it looks like it was Japan who picked up the season so early. Daly throws and Daly throws the ball, but it was headed by Iwabuchi. Now it's gone back towards Daly. Daly to Alessia Russo, but tackled by one or two Japanese defenders, back with Alatoon for England. Toon needs to go around everyone, but he couldn't cut out by Japan. It was almost picked up by Hasegawa. Now it's gone back to Kira Walsh, and Walsh now passing the ball around to, I think that was Daly. Now it's back with Ella Toon. Toon towards Kira Walsh. Now it's back with Esme Morgan, I think it was, but something has happened that's caught the referee's attention, and in England, and it's Russo. She's clutching her ankle. She might have been involved. She might have had an incident with somebody. We'll check to see in a moment. Just having a look at my monitor, and yes, indeed, it was. It was a collision with Yui Hasegawa. But Russo back up on her feet. She's seemingly all right. Let's just hope she'll be able to carry on playing as Japan take the throw in, and after a minute and a half, it's still England 1, Japan 0, and the ball is now with Millie Bright. She passes to Daly, although Daly is under pressure from I think that was Miyazawa. Miyazawa almost loses the ball to England. Now it's with Beth Mead. Mead now finds Daly again, although she's under pressure from Miyazawa. Mead passes up the wing to, I think that was Morgan. Now it's with Ella Toon. Cross of the ball by Toon towards Russo. Russo, or is it Mead? No, it's Mead. Mead now passing the ball to, I think that was Russo, but cut out by Risa Shimizu. She's been a real thorn in England's side tonight. Russo passing the ball around for England. It's now with Ella Toon, although it was almost intercepted by Iwabuchi. Now it's a throw into England, taken very rapidly. Kira Walsh passing to Millie Bright. Now it's gone to Stanway. Now it's with Kira Walsh. Walsh passing to I think that's Walsh. Now back to Stanway, I think, but taken by Iwabuchi for Japan. Iwabuchi passing the ball around to Nagano. Now it's with Miyazawa. Miyazawa now almost entering the 18-yard box. She finds Iwabuchi, but cut out by England. Now the ball is with Kira Walsh to passes to Millie Bright. Or was it Ella Toon? Yes, it was Ella Toon. Toon to Chloe Kelly. Now back to Toon. Toon repasses to Kelly. Kelly has to try and get around the Japanese defense, but she can't quite do so. So she passes to Walsh and then Stanway. Now it's Rachel Daly. Daly back towards Stanway. Now back towards Daly. Daly now finds Kira Walsh, who passes back to Daly. England just can't seem to break through the Japanese wall at the moment. But as I say that, she's found Alessia Russo, I think that, or was it Millie Bright? It was Millie Bright. No, Mead. And the ball's been cut out by England, so it'll be a Japan throw-in. England were getting so close to breaking through the Japanese defense, but they just couldn't seem to find a way through. And once they did, it was deflected away. So England really need to find a way to break through the Japanese defense, and fast, because it looks like Japan are looking to create chances of their own. And as I say that, Yamashita almost gives the ball away to England, but Japan are holding on to that one really well. And the ball is with Sugita. Sugita gives the ball away to Kira Walsh. Now it's passed to Stanway. Stanway to Esme Morgan. Now the ball is with, I think that was Niamh Charles, and the referee's blown her whistle for something which I couldn't quite see. But so the ball's now being passed around by England. This is to try and throw Japan off the scent. And Millie Bright now passes up the field up the wing, I should say, to Niamh Charles. Now it's with Ella Toon. Toon down the wing to Daly. Daly has found Beth Mead. Mead trying to pass to, I think that was Stanway, but Mead's managing to hold on to the ball, actually. Now she finds Ella Toon, but Toon just couldn't find a way through, and she was well blocked by Shiori Miyake. Very well defended by the Japanese. Very well defended by the Japanese number 5. Miyake plays for INAC Kobe Leonessa in the Japanese league, and it's now a corner to England. The England corner will be taken by Mead. Mead passes to Kelly. Now it's gone back towards Mead. Now straight to the 18-yard box to be taken by Stanway, I think it was, or was it Daly? No, it was Daly, but unlucky this time, and the goal and the scoreline still remains 1-0 to England. The ball is now with Kira Walsh. Now it's gone back towards Millie Bright, who finds Neve Charles. Neve Charles passes to Earps. Earps has found Millie Bright once more. Now Bright passes to Daly. Daly towards Kira Walsh. Now Walsh has found Beth Mead. Mead trying to cross forward to Russo. Russo just misses the ball. Now it's with Chloe Kelly, and it's 2 for England. England have doubled their lead. And once again, it is Chloe Kelly that edges them again, edges them in front. Kelly's 3rd goal at international level. And what an amazing goal it was too. Not quite as heroic as the winning goal in the Euros earlier this summer, but a brilliant one nonetheless. And I can now ascertain what happened on my monitor. It was a superb cross by Mead. It was almost picked up by Russo, but Kelly was there but Kelly just pounced when she needed to, and that put England 2-0 in front. Great teamwork between Mead and Russo, but it was Kelly who slotted it in. And England are determined not to rest on their laurels. They want more. As the ball is now with Millie Bright. The ball goes over the central line towards. I think that might have been Daly. Morgan. I think. Now the ball is with. I think that's Kira Walsh. Now it was on, but it was cut away by. Risa Shimizu. Shimizu now for Japan. Now it's with Hasegawa. Hasegawa loses the ball to England. Now it's with Stanway. Stanway to Rachel Daly. That's this time. Daly trying to cross the ball forwards, but it's ended up with Esme Morgan. Esme Morgan now for England. But the ball is given away to Japan. It's now with Kumagi, the captain. Cross forward by Kumagi towards Iwabuchi, but well defended by England. It's Millie Bright now with the ball for the Lionesses, and she passes to Daly. Daly to Kira Walsh. Now back to Daly. This time a repass to Millie Bright, and Kira Walsh tries to hold on to the ball but loses it to Japan. It's now with Iwabuchi, and she finds, I think that's Sugita to Hasegawa. And now it's back with Hasegawa, but intercepted by Stanway for England. It's now with Neve Charles. Neve Charles passing to Walsh. Now back to Stanway. Stanway passes back to Esme Morgan, who in turn crosses down wing to Rachel Daly. And Daly now crossing to Beth Mead, although Moeka Minami was quick to get although Minami got to the ball before she did. So well defended. So well defended that time by Japan. But Japan need to start attacking. But Japan need to start attacking more now. They just can't let England try. They just can't let England try and break through their defence. And Sarina Wiegman Sarina Wiegman knows that that a win is very much possible, despite England saying that they should watch out for Japan. They've certainly done that tonight, and it's Iwabuchi for Japan. Iwabuchi passing it to, I think that was Sugita. Sugita concedes the ball to Alatoon for England, but Japan are quickly to take the ball back. It's now with, I think that was Kumagi. Kumagi, the Japanese captain, passes to Yui Hasegawa. Hasegawa now finds, I think that was Miyazawa. Now the ball is with, I think that's Minami, but England just couldn't seem to break through that time, and the ball has now found Fuka Nagano. Nagano with the ball for Japan. It's now back with Sugita. Sugita has managed to find Shimizu, although she's under pressure from Esme Morgan. Morgan, did she tug the back of her shirt? I think she may have done, but I don't think the ref saw that. And the ball is now with Endo for Japan, and it just scrapes the top bar. Or should that be the crossbar? And it looks like a substitution is going to be made for Japan, and we can now see, and we can now take a look at what happened. And that was the Chloe Kelly goal, which happened about 5 or so minutes ago. Just a swift touch was all it took, and just a swift touch was all it took to double England's lead. And the England fans are really happy about this. But as I mentioned, it'll be a substitution, and Mina Tanaka will take the place of Mina Iwabuchi. And as play now resumes, it's England. But Japan are quick to take the ball off. It's now with Yui Hasegawa. Hasegawa for Japan. She passes to Nagano. Nagano finds, I think that was Miyake. Now back to Nagano. Straight now back to Yui Hasegawa. Hasegawa tries to cross to Endo, but she couldn't get to the ball in time. Throw in to England to be taken by Daly. Daly poises herself to get ready to throw. It looks like another Japanese player is going to make room as a substitution, or was that Iwabuchi? Was that Iwabuchi starting to relax? I think it was surely the latter. And it's another throw into England. The second in under a minute. Daly throws to Millie Bright, who finds Esme Morgan. Morgan now passing it to Niamh Charles. Now back towards Marriott. I thought it was going to go to Morgan. Now it's with Keira Walsh. Walsh passes to Millie Bright, although she's under pressure from Japan, and it was almost taken, and the ball was almost tackled by Jun Endo. It's still with it. The ball still remains with England, and it's now and the ball is now with Chloe Kelly. Kelly enters the 18-yard box. Can she go for a second? The answer is no. She should have been a bit closer, in my view. And at the hour mark, it's still England 2, Japan 0. Kelly should have at least tried to pass to Morgan or whoever it was, or she could have gotten a bit closer towards goal. But But a corner now has been given to England. And it looks as though it will be Daly to take the corner. Or is it going to be a throw? It's actually going to be a throw in, and Daly looks like she's ready to take the throw. She throws to Beth Mead. Mead to Kelly. Now it's back. Now it's gone to Keira Walsh. Walsh passes back to Daly. Daly now finds Beth Mead, but she's now passed to Georgia Stanway. Straight to Alessia Russo. Picked up very well by Ayaka Yamashita, and she throws the ball out to Endo. Endo to Miyazawa. Miyazawa to Hasegawa. Now back to Endo. Endo passes back to Hasegawa, and Hasegawa now finds Mina Tanaka. But the ball is still being distributed around. Still being distributed around the Japanese players. The ball is now with Hina Sugita, and this time it is with Miyazawa. Miyazawa tries to set up an opportunity, but is tackled by England. It's Niamh Charles to Ella Toone. Ella Toone passes to Esme Morgan. Across by Morgan. I think it was aiming for Chloe Kelly, but it was deflected away by Japan, and the ball has now ended up with Beth Mead. Mead now with the ball for England, and across to, I think that was Ella Toone, but cut out well by Japan. Rachel Daly now has the ball. She passes to Keira Walsh. Walsh now passing the ball around to, I think that was Georgia Stanway. Now it's back with Daly. Daly passes the ball back towards Walsh. Now she's gone to Ella Toone, but something has happened, I think Toone just about missed the ball. She's clearly upset at possibly missing that opportunity. Or was a foul actually committed? I think it might well have been. We'll get back to that in a moment. But an England substitution is about to be made, and two, in fact, I should say. Chloe Kelly will come off for Lauren James, and Alessia Russo will be substituted for Ebony Salmon. So off comes Russo, and Chloe Kelly will soon follow. And on will cut and Lauren James sprints onto the pitch. She only came on for 3 minutes during England's match against the United States, or was it one of their qualification matches? I think it might have been one of the latter. But anyway, she's on now as a Yamashita tries to clear the ball out of goal, but it's been picked up by England. It's now with Keira Walsh. Walsh now passing to Niamh Charles. Charles tries to find Daly. Now it's back towards Charles. It was intercepted by Japan for at least a moment. Now the ball is found Millie Bright. A long range pass to Beth Mead. Now it's ended up with Daly. Daly trying to cross towards Mead, but Mead tackled from behind by Moeka Minami. Minami passing the ball to Hasegawa. Now it's gone back to I think it's Endo. Now it's with Minami again. Or is it? Yes, it is Minami. Minami to Nagano. Now it's gone back to Miyazawa. But England are swift to tackle that one. It's Keira Walsh now for England, passing to, I think that was Stanway. Yes, indeed it was. Now it's back with Morgan. Morgan to Walsh, although Morgan crosses up the field to wing, I should say, to Niamh Charles, and Niamh Charles has managed to pass to Lauren James. James passing down the wing to Rachel Daly. Daly has found Walsh. Walsh now to, I think that was Beth Mead. Now it's again with Georgia Stanway. Stanway passing to Walsh. Now it's James. Now it's with Ebony Salmon. Ebony Salmon looked like she was going to try and find a way through the Japanese defense, but she couldn't do so. So this is what happened. blocked very well by Yamashita. I think that might have been a goal opportunity by young Ebony Salmon. The ball is now with Shiori Miyake. Miyake crossing to Miyazawa. Miyazawa now passing to Endo, and Endo is fouled by Daly. I think Daly might have trod on her leg, and Daly quick to get her back up on her feet. I think she uttered an apology to her, which was nice to see. Endo appears to be all right. That foul didn't look malicious in my view. She actually trod on her foot there. I thought it was her leg, but they both got away with it. So fair enough. And the throw-in taken by Japan didn't go the way they wanted. So 66 and a half minutes in, it's still England 0, Japan 0 at the Pinatar Arena. You're listening to the Commentary Hub with me, Nicholas Jones, as England have retaken possession of the ball. The ball is now with Ella Toon. She passes to Georgia Stanway, and Stanway now finding Mead, although tackled by Minami for Japan, and it doesn't, and no goal, no goal, says the referee. Although that, from what I could tell, so I think she saw that something looked like a shot on goal, but that wasn't to be. And I think this is why it was a push in the back on Minami, so it'll be a free. So it looks like it'll be a free kick to Japan, swiftly taken by Yamashita in goal. Now the ball has gone back to England. It's now with Daly, straight now to Kira Walsh. Walsh crossing the ball up the field to. She was trying to cross the field to James, but it was well intercepted by Japan. And it's now with Miyazawa. Miyazawa passing to, I think that might have been Endo. Endo, she has really stood out in my view for Japan. And the ball was aiming for Hasegawa, but it was quickly intercepted by Bright. And it's now with Kira Walsh. Walsh passing back down to Bright. Bright to, I think that might have been Lauren James, but turns out it wasn't. And it's now with Esme Morgan. Esme Morgan passing to Georgia Stanway, but intercepted by Miyake of Japan. And it's now with Nagano. Nagano passes to Hasegawa. Hasegawa finds, I think that's Shimizu. Now back to Hasegawa. The meat in the sandwich between Toon and Charles, but it doesn't resolve anything, and it's given a throw into Japan. It's now with the ball is now with Hasegawa, tackled by Neve Charles, I think it was, and Charles crosses the ball away. It's now out, and that was actually that might have been a tackle on Hasegawa. Hasegawa appears to be all right. I think that might have been a bit of shirt pulling, and I think Charles just lightly pushed her on the arm there. So, but she got away with it, and it's given a free kick to Japan, and I think a couple of substitutions and a couple of substitutes, I should say, are going to be made. One of which is Aoba Fujino, and off will come Shiori Miyake to make way for Fujino, and I think Sayori Takarada is going to come on as well. So with 20 minutes to go, Japan have at least made 4 substitutions. So, and Hasegawa now with the ball for Japan. Japan need to reduce the deficit as soon as they possibly can, but it doesn't look like they are. like they're going to, as that was deflected away as the ball was deflected away by Daly, I think. And the ball is now still with Hasegawa for Japan, tackled by, I think that was Stanway, although Stanway appears to have hurt herself in some way. I think it might have been a ball to the chest. She looks in great pain, and there it was. That was what happened. I think the ball might have clipped her on the leg or something, but she definitely looks in great pain. She's not getting up. Finally does. I think she was just checked over by the referee. That looked like a very nasty knot to the chest, but she is able to carry on playing, which is a good thing. And it's now with Ebony Salmon for England. Salmon passing to Niamh Charles. Charles now passing to Esme Morgan. Straight now to Millie Bright, and Bright crossing the ball forward to, I think that might have been Mead. Mead, I think that was, but nothing happening so far. Throw-in given to England to be taken by Daly. This game is not as intense as was the match against the United States some weeks ago. Everybody in the field seems to have been well behaved throughout most of the game. And as far as I can see, no yellow cards have been awarded, which is a good thing. But still, the scoreline remains England 2, Japan 0, and Yamashita has the ball for Japan. She passes to I think that's Fujino. Fujino tries to pass to I think that might have been Hasegawa, but a foul that time by Millie Bright. I couldn't see who she fouled. But either way, the Japanese player she fouled appears to be okay. It was, in fact, Mina Tanaka. Tanaka appears to be all right. England have committed 9 fouls in comparison to Japan's 3. So Hasegawa now with the ball to Fujino. Now it's with Mina Tanaka. Tanaka tried to pass to a Fujino, but the ball was kicked away very well by Earps, and Valentova blows a whistle for something, but I couldn't see what. And Japan now need to take advantage of their free kick, and they're doing that just now. It's with Nagano. Nagano tries to set up a shot at goal, but it somehow missed, and that would have likely given the ball away to Earps. And England have retaken control of the match. It's now back with Millie Bright. A long-range cross. I mean, she tries to do a cross, but it was blocked by one of the Japanese players. It's now Tanaka for Japan, but tripped over by Rachel Daly, and it's given Japan a free kick. This could cost England dearly, and it wasn't a trip up. No, I think she just knocked her sideways, and that was all it took. So it'll be either Endo or Hasegawa to take the free kick for Japan. Endo signals that she's ready. It looks like it'll be Hasegawa that will take the free kick, and indeed she does, straight into the goal area, but blocked by England. And with 15 minutes to go, it still remains England 2, Japan 0. That looked like a decent free kick, but it was headed away by Millie Bright, and it's still England in play. Now the ball is with Esme Morgan. She tries to pass to Bright. Now it's gone towards Rachel Daly. Daly trying to sprint up. Daly trying to find someone to pass to. She found Stanway, but Stanway was tackled by Nagano. Nagano to Endo. Now straight to now, but it's gone towards Marriott. So I think she took advantage of a pass from Ebony Salmon. Now the ball is with Fujino. Fujino tries to cross to Hasegawa, but it was intercepted by Bright. Bright now passes to Earps. Earps now finds Morgan. Now the ball is with Neve Charles. Neve Charles passes back towards Morgan. Morgan now finds Walsh. And a pass back to Mary Earps. Now it's with Millie Bright. Once more. It's one thing I've got to mention. It's Ebony Salmon's third appearance as a Lioness, and the ball is now with Lauren James, another recent inclusion. James needs to find someone to pass to very quickly. She finds Ebony Salmon. Salmon towards Ella Toon, and straight in there, it's England's third. Ella Toon took advantage of the pass by James, and that set up a truly wonderful finish by the Manchester United player. Gets the deserved hug from Rachel Daly. But in all fairness, the credit should go to Lauren James for setting up the attack, and Ella Toon just capitalised, just poked it in with her left foot. It looked like it almost went past the post, but I don't think Toon will care about that, and England lead Japan by 3-0. Japan are right up against it now. It's Hasegawa with the ball. She enters the 18-yard box, passes to Endo, and I think she tried to set up an opportunity for Mina Tanaka, but it wasn't. But it was not to be, and it's a corner now to Japan. They need to take advantage of this corner to at least try and get one goal in. And it doesn't look like it's going to happen. Well defended by England, although Endo still has the ball for Japan. The ball's now been passed around Japan, and it's gone out for an England throw. Japan, it seems, are running out of time and options. They just need to throw everything but the kitchen sink at England, in my view, if they are to at least get a consolation goal or reduce the deficit. But I have a feeling they won't have time to reduce the other disadvantage, and as Tanaka has fouled what looks to be Beth Mead. Indeed, it is. I think Mead was just momentarily wincing in pain. She appears to be all right though, which is a good thing. And that was a bit of and I think that was a shove in the back by Hasegawa. But Japan now have the ball again with Fujino, it doesn't come to fruition that time. And it looks to me as though England will be given a goal kick. And no, in fact, it won't. It's Japan's seventh corner. Will it be? It's Japan's seventh corner. Will it be lucky number 7 for them? As Endo gets ready to take the corner, and it looks to me like the wind's starting to pick up at the Pinata Arena. And Endo kicks the ball into the goal area, but it was headed away by England. Although Japan still have control of the ball. It's now with Nagano. Nagano tries to hold on to the ball, but she's tackled by James. Well tackled by Lauren James, and James needs to pass to someone quickly. She does so to Niamh Charles, and she's now found Esme Morgan. Straight now to Millie Bright, and a pass of the ball to Keira Walsh. Now back towards James. James to Walsh. Keira Walsh passes up the wing to, I think that's Niamh Charles. Now back to Millie Bright. Rachel Daly now with the ball. She finds I think Niamh Charles. Now it's back with Charles. Charles needs to try and go around the Japanese players as quickly as she can. Now it's with Beth Mead. Mead to Rachel Daly. Now the ball is with Millie Bright. Bright now finds I think that was Lauren James, or was it? No, it wasn't. It was actually Esme Morgan. Morgan has the ball. She passes to Millie Bright. Now Bright to Daly. Now she finds Keira Walsh. Walsh now to Millie Bright, and it's gone back now to, I think that's Esme Morgan. Morgan to Lauren James. Lauren James now with the ball, or is it Morgan? No, it wasn't. It was Ebony Salmon, I think it was. She almost found Lauren James, but or was it Salmon? No, it was indeed Ebony Salmon, and it was just so intense. I could barely keep up. But well tackled by the Japanese number 2, Risa Shimizu, although she might have been fouled by James. And Ella Toone is going to be substituted for Nikita Parris. And Parris sprints onto the pitch. This is what happened. This was the goal by Ella Toone. Superbly taken and well timed too. It left Ayaka Namashita with absolutely nowhere to go. And I think the first to congratulate her was Ebony Salmon. And the ball has now found Ayora Fujinho. Fujinho passing to I think that might have been Miyake. Miyake now to Hasegawa. Hasegawa now finds I think that was Shimizu, but I think she was pushed in the back by. But I think she might have been pushed in the back by somebody. I couldn't see who it was. It might well have been Niamh Charles for all I know. So 83. So just over 83 and a half minutes have been played. It's still England 3, Japan 0, and a corner has been given. And it's a corner to Japan. Swiftly taken though. The ball straight into the 18-yard box. Taken up by England, and England managed to clear it away. Although I think a player has gone down. It's Keira Walsh by the looks of it. She appears to be all right though. She might have just been bumped into by somebody. And indeed it was a collision with Saki Kumagai, the Japanese captain, but she's all right, so that's good to see. And Japan still haven't managed to find a way to break through England's strong defense. It's Hasegawa for Japan, straight now to Tanaka, but tackled from behind by Morgan, I think it was. And it'll be a corner to Japan. Japan get ready to take the corner kick, and it's straight now to and it's another corner for Japan to be taken by Hasegawa. 5 minutes to go now. It's still England 3, Japan 0. as Japan take the corner. The ball's now going straight into the 18-yard box and was almost picked up by Fujinho, but nothing comes of it. But nothing comes of it that time. It's Fujinho once again. It's Fujinho now with the ball for Japan. Fujinho now tries to pass to Endo, but intercepted by England. The ball is now with Hasegawa. She has Kira Walsh for company. Now it's with Tanaka. Straight now to Shimizu, but Shimizu loses the ball to England, and it's now with Lauren James. James now passing down, trying to pass down the wing to Daly, but she's intercepted by Fujino. Fujino to I think that might have been I think that might have been Kumage, the captain. Straight now to Yamashita, and the ball is still around with the Japan. It's now Sugita with the ball. Straight now to Shimizu. Shimizu now passing to Tanaka. Now it's with Endo. Endo passing to Sugita. Now it's gone to Iora Fujino. Fujino to Hasegawa. Hasegawa with the shot, saved by Mary Earps. She had lightning quick reaction reflexes at that moment in time. Just knew where the ball was and just pounced on it with ease. Meantime, now the ball is with Beth Mead for England, although it was dispossessed for a Japan throw-in. Japan take the throw, and it's now with Minami. Minami passes to Yamashita. Now back towards Minami. We'll let you know who my player of the match is as and when I can. And the ball has now ended up back with Mary Earps. The ball now passed to Millie Bright. Now it's with Rachel Daly. Given away to Hasegawa. Now it's with Fujino. Fujino to Tanaka. And Tanaka crosses to Hasegawa. Now back towards Fujino. Now back to Hasegawa. The ball has now found Sugita. Sugita tries to break through the England defense. I think she just about does it. But she just couldn't find a way. But she just couldn't find the correct angle to have a go at goal. And another substitute for England with, in fact, two by my reckoning, with just about 90 seconds left. As one of the players coming off is Georgia Stanway. I think Jess Park is going to take her place. Indeed, she is. And onto the pitch comes Jess Park, and also to finish it off for England, Kira Walsh makes way for Katie Zeelam. Katie Zeelam now sprints onto the pitch. It's a corner kick to Japan. Can Japan at least get a consolation goal from this? It's now Hasegawa, but it was blocked by England. Now it's back with Jun Endo. Endo tries to find a way through, but well defended by Mead. And that was almost a shot on goal by Japan, but equally saved really well by Mary Earps. It was Hasegawa with that opportunity. And Mary Earps, what more can you say about her? Just absolute perfection with those saves. With just under 15 seconds of normal time left, I think a couple of minutes may well be added on, and it's shoving the back by Salmon on. I think that was Minami. Now we're into the 90th minute, and have England scored the third? They have. This was something I completely missed, and it's now 4 for England. I'll let you know the goal. I'll let you know the goal scorer. I'll let you know the goal scorer in just a moment. But we've now entered 2 minutes of added on time, and I think the goal was scored by Jess Park. So we'll take a look at it on my monitor, and we'll try and ascertain what happened. It was Ebony Salmon who had the ball first, and she passed straight to Jess Park, and Park just tapped it in without asking, and that is Jess Park's first goal, and what a way to score on her debut. The young lady who plays for Everton, what a fantastic way to mark your debut by scoring at the same time. For Japan, it's all but over. They can't find a way back into this now. Their chances of at least trying to reduce the deficit or at least find a way to win were finished a long time ago. But they have proven themselves to be formidable opponents for England, and I can now reveal that my player of the match is Chloe Kelly for that amazing goal she scored early on in the second half. So well done to her. And there goes the final whistle as I say that. England just keep rampaging on. 25 matches unbeaten. And Sarina Wiegman and I've said it before, but I'll say it again. Sarina Wiegman is the best thing that's ever happened to them, which is why, and part of that unbeaten match streak is down to her. But Jess Park, I'm sure. But that amazing goal by Jess Park at the last possible moment, I'm sure we'll be seeing a lot more of her at international level. Final score at the Pinatar Arena: England 4, Japan 0. What a game it's proved to be for England. Japan held them very well throughout the first half, but throughout most of the second half, it did start to become a bit one-sided for England. And I think from about past the hour mark, Japan were well and truly finished. But that's just my opinion. What's yours? I'll be delighted to hear. I'll be delighted to hear what your opinion was. I would like to hear what your opinion is in the comments section. But anyway, that just about wraps up our coverage on the Commentary Hub between England and Japan in tonight's women's friendly. I've been Nicholas Jones. Have a great weekend wherever you are, and I hope to be behind the mic at some stage within the next week or so. Thanks very much. Bye-bye for now.